Good evening, guys, girls. Rob with you this evening, and we're going to talk about the Deshaun Watson thing here in just a few minutes. And I'm going to tell you right now, Seth Jarvis, Steve Harrington, Alex Mafasoli, what's going on. Um, it's not over with yet. If you think that Deshaun Watson's sitting on 6 games, you're out of your mind. You're out of your ever loving mind. Um, the NFL struck back today, and they they filed agree they filed their paperwork um, after losing the first case to a judge. Now it's an option. Roger Goodell can listen. Roger Goodell can listen to this next one. And let me tell you right now, if Goodell listens to it, I will promise you he will get 12 games minimum. I will bet anybody on this channel $10, $20, $100. Watson's going to get 12 games. He may get a season. He may get longer than that. And he's going to get a fine. I will bet it. What's up, Papa? What's up, Tim? What's up, Billy? It's not if the NFL appeals successfully, the judge should get fired. Yeah. Well, it was a female judge. A female judge, 25 women have filed lawsuits. And this clown he's pled not guilty all the way across the board. 25. None of these women knew each other. A lot of them from different states. And he looks at a judge and says, I'm not guilty. Now, look, I'll be the first to say everyone in this country is innocent until proven guilty. You get 25 people, 25 different individuals, men, women, black, white. I don't care. I don't care who they are. 25 different individuals, none knowing each other. And they're going into a courtroom one by one, and they're not allowed to listen to what the other people are saying. And they're almost like, it sounds like a parrot. It sounds like everybody had the same thing done to them. And this guy is denying it. Do you realize, dude, your best bet would be, if you did it, admit. Admit to it. Take your couple of years and get away from the NFL, stay in shape, pay the women their civil liabilities, and then come back with a clean slate. As long as he keeps pleading not guilty, and one of them has not even has not taken it off the docket yet, so she didn't settle up with him yet. So that's hanging over his head. 24 of them have settled. One of them didn't. I just don't understand it. I really don't. That's just one. You get me on the channel a lot of times, and I state my opinions. But I would say 99, I'm not going to say that many. I would say over 90% of the people in this country are going to agree with me on this one. See, a lot of times I might be the one that stands out in the cornfield to myself and nobody agrees with me. This is one time I think people are going to say, look, I think Rob's right on this situation. Number one, Deshaun Watson is a clown. Number two, that's not smoke when it's 25 people. That's a bonfire. That's not where there's smoke, there's fire. Oh no. Where there's a bonfire, where there's 5 car fires, there's a fire going on. You know, it's an acre of land burning, folks, and he's fighting it with a water hose. I just don't understand it. I just do not understand it. I don't know what happens here. What's up, Henry? I mean Henny. What's up, Henny and Obu? But am I wrong? And am I wrong? If he was my client, this is how I would handle it. Obviously, the lawyer loves the money too. I would first off find out if he did it. And I'd be like, okay, look, get your head out of your ass. You're a multimillionaire. Let's go to court and beg for the court's forgiveness. Beg for the forgiveness of these women. I don't want you hiring me ever again. I want my money, and now stay the hell out of trouble. It's not that hard to stay out of trouble when you got that much money. I thought he was thinking he was better than everybody. Wow, Brandon Bowman he's played high school football with Deshaun Watson. You can't tell me that he's playing his hand the right way right here. Yeah, he's guaranteed all that money. He's guaranteed all that money. But if something comes back where the league suspends him 2, 3, 4 years, Cleveland may get off the hook. The NFL may be Cleveland's best friend before it's all said and done. And if we don't have one big clown in the NFL, we got a second one. And his name is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is an average quarterback at best, and he's 5'5". And he doesn't play the best. He doesn't play the best under pressure. And now we find out the Cardinals write something up in his contract that he's got to study. He has to study the playbook and look at film 4 hours a week. 4 hours a week. Do you realize Tom Brady said the first 5 years when he came up, he averaged 20 hours a week study, film and books. 20. This clown gets 4 hours a week. That's 38 minutes a day. 38 minutes a day. Is that a lot to ask? Oh, yeah, I know he got rescinded. We saw why he got rescinded. It was not by him, and he's still calling them out on it. Oh, you don't think I got offended by it? You got so damn offended by it that you couldn't get the piece of paper and the pen next to each other quick enough. That's how offended you got by it. You never thought about it. Hell, you may not have been able to read it. Think about that. Wouldn't that be some shit if he couldn't even read what the hell he was signing? Somebody teach you how to sign your name? All right, here's a piece of paper. Sign it. He acted all surprised when he went before when he went before the NFL after they rescinded it. Hey, I've been offended by that. I was offended by that. Do you notice a lot of things we get offended by, we will sign if it means money? Crazy. Crazy shit, people. Crazy. You know, I find him a legit jerk too. I find him as a legitimate jerk because you can't have it all. You can't have it every way possible. You signed a paper, you signed a contract, and then you come back a week later. Man, I'm offended. I read the whole read the whole statement he came out with. I'm offended. This is offensive. It's racist. Is it racist? Tell me one other quarterback, white, black, red, or indifferent, that's ever had that put in their contract. It's called idiot. It's called you are the biggest loser. That's what it's called. It's not any racism to it. It's not anything racist to it. And whoa. While we're at it, I love it. Kyler Murray and, um, Lamar Jackson and, uh, he never brings up the kid in Dallas. He never brought up Dak Prescott. He never brought up Dak Prescott's name. Never. He never brought up Tua. There's some people that should be like, okay, what the hell do you think? He never brought up Cam Newton. And I know Cam Newton is not a Yale scholar. I know damn well he ain't. I know he's not. But he only brought up a couple of guys. Well, Lamar Jackson, he's an MVP. He would be offended by this. Patrick Mahomes, he's a Super Bowl champion. He'd get offended by this. All right. They didn't sign a piece of paper that they were dumb. They didn't sign the idiot paper. How about that? Let's go as far as to call it that. The dumbass document. That's what we'll call it tonight. The dumbass document. We'll go from there. Who won the trades yesterday? MLB. I love what the Padres did, but there's another team out there that I think really, really, really did well yesterday. I think the Minnesota Twins quietly did really well yesterday. And I think they separated themselves a little bit from that Central Division. I mean, you may not agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. But I personally think the three winners yesterday, number one is undoubtedly the San Diego Padres. Number two, I do put them Minnesota Twins down second. And number three, I liked what the Philadelphia Phillies did. They got themselves a center fielder. They got themselves a starting pitcher. They got themselves a relief pitcher, a closer. In fact, he closed today for them. David Robertson did. In a close game against a legit Atlanta Braves team. He closed for them today and did well. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Let's invite people into the chat now. If you want in, just put the words "I in" right there, and I will have you in here. If you've never been with me on a telecast live with me right here in the big picture, all you have to do is give me your email address. I will write it down. We will get you in here, and you can join us tonight. We can talk about football. There's a couple things in NFL we can talk about. College football. A lot of good week 1 games coming up in only 3 weeks. It's only 3 weeks, folks. That's the crazy part. Week 1. There's some good games. We can talk about that as well. Um, who in Major League Baseball right now is in the playoffs that you think is not going to be there at the end? Just didn't do enough yesterday. Just like, okay, I just feel like they did not do enough yesterday to make the playoffs. Or who is it that's out of the playoff picture right now that you think is going to jump in there because they really did do something yesterday? That's even the better one right there. And that they're the teams that I give big thumbs ups to. The teams that I get pissed at yesterday, the Baltimore Orioles, three games out of a wild card spot, and they're hanging it up. The Giants, um, they're not doing anything. They didn't do anything yesterday to help themselves. Tim says, I think the White Sox are going to sneak into the playoffs once they get healthy. They're going to be They're going to be dangerous as hell. Yeah, I think they could have helped their calls yesterday. Maybe get one more arm. I really thought maybe Madison Bumgarner may go to Chicago. Um, I'd been saying all day long, Madison Bumgarner, Madison Bumgarner, Madison Bumgarner, and then it ended up being uh, Syndergaard ended up being the one getting traded, but Madison Bumgarner stays put. A lot of players are staying put, and there's no more of this going through waivers and stuff like it was 2-3 years ago. It's no more of this waiver wire garbage where if somebody picks them up, then they have to give players to them. No, it's no more of that. Charlie Blackmon is a Rocky for the rest of this season. Nelson Cruz is going to be a Washington National the rest of this season. And Shohei Ohtani. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me here. I think that was the time to trade Ohtani. He's still got one more full year left, but he's not going to bring near as much next trade deadline. Now, in the offseason, he may be able to. You may be able to get a whole lot. I think the Yankees are going to be a first-round exit in the playoffs. Big Eric, the Yankees are so hit and miss. They can beat a team 17-0 in one day. And then the next 3 games look like shit. They really are. Right now, I really like what the Astros are looking like. And they picked up some pieces. They didn't pick up major parts. They picked up Will Smith, getting jiggy with it in the bullpen with them, and then they get the kid from Baltimore. Not huge pieces, but Will Smith is a legit 7th, 8th, or he can even close for you. He's a legit bullpen guy. They get him from the Braves. Now, they didn't get him for free. They gave up a starting pitcher for him, but they had a deluge of starting pitchers. They needed a little bullpen help, and I think Will Smith is going to help them. Ben Pinkins says, I think the Dodgers will win the World Series. The Padres made all those moves yesterday just to lose to the Dodgers in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you right now, I really like the Dodgers lineup 1-9 better than anybody's. And somebody that you hardly ever even hear of stays in the top 5 in their lineup, Steady Eddie. And to me, he's a top 3 shortstop out there. And that's Trey Turner. I would put him right there with Xander Bogaerts, and I'd put him right there with the kid in Atlanta. And he's so underappreciated. He is so underappreciated right now. It's nuts. Dansby Swanson. He is the last of the players that the Braves have that's not long term. And he definitely deserves it. Trust me, Dansby Swanson gets put on the free market. You're going to have 10 teams scratching to get him. He's a damn good ball player. He plays a great shortstop defense. and all he does at the plate is get hits. He can use the bat. He can bunt. He's got a little bit of power. What more you want? I mean, he carries himself really, really well. Tim says he wants in. Be right back. Got to unclog your toilet. Chalmer Chamberlain, Axe McAfee, Ben Pincus, Big Eric Banks. Anybody that wants in, all you got to do is say, "Yeah, man, I want in," and then put as soon as you put in on it, give me your email address. Tim's been here before. Tim is a regular with us. Tim is part of the Jabroni Network, and he's with us now. To you folks that haven't been on the channel before, I will show off something that I got. I think it was about 4 years ago, something like that. I'm only gonna bring in the people that want to come in tonight. So it will, I'm only going to invite the people that want in. And here comes Tim. I went to Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins' retirement night. And then that night, they gave a Jimmy Rollins 2008 World Series replica ring. That's what's in here. That thing is huge. Here comes Tim. If you want in, folks, all you got to do is invite yourself.
Good evening.
Good evening, Tim. What's going on? Tim has seen us before, guys, but some of you guys have never been in chat with us, probably never seen it. And don't forget to hit that like button, a thumbs up. And Tim, what do you think about that end of the day yesterday? So many players not getting traded that were really, I mean,
well,
they were on teams not going anywhere. A lot of guys were.
The move that kind of shocked me that didn't involve a trade was that Franmil Reyes got sent down to the minors. Oh, you got your little World Series ring?
Yeah, I got the World Series ring right here. We'll put it this way, right?
The other one is what were the Royals holding on to that they waited till way late in the day that Whit Merrifield got traded?
I don't understand why they didn't get rid of 4 or 5 other players in the process. Why didn't you get rid of a couple of your pitchers? Reload.
They have nobody that is worth anything.
Really? They don't have any bullpen guys or anything?
Well, okay, so Brady Singer is supposed to be their up-and-comer. But he doesn't have – they want to keep him because he's cheap. A lot of their pitchers are maybe less than 5 years experience. And same with their bullpen. They really don't have anything worth anything to trade.
And all right, Boston, what the hell are they doing?
They are clearing salary to sign Rafael Devers.
Is that actually Bogarts is probably the one's really going to get the money.
Well, either one. Either they're going to sign. I think I would that's tough. It's you kind of want to give both of them money. It's sort of like the thing with
they're kind of like a twin set there. You almost want to keep both of them because they're right hand, left hand. They can play the game. They know what they're doing. Yeah. And Brendan Bowman says he actually got interviewed by ESPN about Deshaun Watson. I was straight honest. I hated playing with that jerk. Now, where did he go to high school? I know he went to Clemson.
Yeah, let me see where he grew up.
I want to say Alabama. Was he in Alabama? Which,
he grew up in Gainesville, Georgia.
Oh,
where he was born.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if he actually grew up there. Gainesville High School. Yeah. So
Gainesville High School. So, all right, okay. So Brandon went to school with him down there in Gainesville. All right, I got you.
So,
yeah.
So the other thing that's new, besides realizing that I need a haircut real bad, is
what's that?
Pointing to him.
Glasses.
Uh-huh.
You got to get a new pair?
No, these are the new pair.
Oh, okay.
You notice that there's no full thing on the
Okay.
bottom?
You like them? You like them?
They're almost identical to the ones that I'll be right back. I'll show you my old ones. And then,
Okay. I got you. Yes, folks, if you've never been in chat with us, I can have nine people come in here. And yeah, I can have 9 guests come in here. Join us.
These are
definitely.
My old ones.
Yeah, I've got a pair of belt like that myself. Yeah.
And see, these are almost identical. Like almost the same, like frame.
But they just don't have any metal or anything on the bottom. That's the way mine are too. My new ones were like that. I kind of liked them better. Now, do you have different sight angles? What we call them?
Yep, I just had to get that.
Yeah, what do you call them?
Well, they were bifocal-ish or
trifocals, bifocals. Well, yeah, and no line in them and all that.
Right.
Stuff,
I'm surprised how far technology has gone because now they've also done away with dilating your pupils. Thank God.
You know what? I've never had that done to me, and I've had glasses. I've had glasses for 10 years, but I've never had to get them to do that to me.
Oh, I think I was 10 years old when I first got my glasses. I was in like 5th grade, so
I was married, so 43, 44 before I even got. May have been a little even older than that before I got my glasses. So Alex says, Professor Tim.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, like the eye exam was a lot different than at least of the preliminary part. So the whole thing of shooting the puff thing in the eye took that like a champ. You know, I've been doing that for so long.
Yeah.
Then the other part was they have this one thing where you have to go eye by eye and you're looking at like you're on a road with a hot air balloon in the distance.
Oh, okay.
And they have this blue flashing light that flashes for like 3 seconds before it takes a picture of your eye. I'm like, why even wait the 3 seconds? Just bam. You get a much better picture without wasting time. I had to do that thing like 3 times. Oh no, it was like 20 times actually.
Yeah.
Like my blink reflex is way too. That's why I don't wear contacts because my blink reflex is way too strong.
I want somebody in chat to do me a favor. I want to find out what the average attendance for the Padres have been so far this year.
Oh, that's easy.
Because I can promise you one thing: it's going to pick up. Business is going to pick up, folks. When you got Juan Soto, and really, it's so underappreciated that everybody just talked about Soto. Don't forget who came with him in that package. I mean, the other kid's hitting 300. Switch hitter. Plays first. DH. Yeah. It's...
All right. Actually, San Diego is 5th highest in average attendance in the league.
Hey, all right, folks. 5th highest is San Diego.
Mm-hmm. We're going to let the chat guess what their average attendance is without looking it up. I know what it is.
38.5. 38.5. Am I close?
If you were Atlanta, you would be really close.
Okay. All right.
That's about what Atlanta is averaging per game. 38.5. So they're just below Atlanta.
Okay. So about 36.2?
36.8.
36.8. All right. So San Diego's 5. Atlanta is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to give out the top 3 to you guys.
Yep.
Now, to give this out, I'll tell you what.
This is not going to be that. Shouldn't be that hard. This should not be that hard.
I'm going to say the Phillies are one of the top 3.
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. We got to go with the New York Yankees.
Ding 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 ding.
Are they number 1?
No.
No. Boston Red Sox.
Nope. Problem is their stadium size
so small. Right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So we got New York Yankees, and we got 2 others. All right. Are we going to say LA Dodgers?
Number 1.
Number 1. All right. We got Dodgers and Yankees, folks. Man, oh man.
I could give you a really big hint here.
No, don't give me a big hint. Don't give me a big hint. Let's see if we can get it. Somebody else. We got to get another top 5 team.
Hey, Keith. I see
Keith,
he's in.
what's going on? Keith wants in. He can definitely come in.
He's just going to pop in for a minute.
He just stopped in for a minute. If you want to pop in, you can definitely pop in too. I'll invite you. There's a team I'm thinking of, but I'm probably wrong. I'm gonna give it a chance. St. Louis Cardinals.
That's correct.
All right. Okay. All right. St. Louis always is a good draw, folks. And think about it. They're having a down year. They're They're not. Yeah, but I mean, generally, they're all over first place.
They just traded Harrison Bader.
Oh, did they?
I believe, yeah. And so, well, the Guardians just got done taking 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks. So,
yeah.
I'm happy about. I completely forgot that they played an afternoon game today because I was so busy at work.
I didn't watch Philadelphia today either, but they beat the Braves today. Yeah, they beat them 3-1, and like I say, David Robertson came in and did the close. He closed them out.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks scored 2 in the 9th to make it a 7-4 game. It was 7-2 going into the 9th. So
yeah, so it was very much over with.
Well, and then I got out at about quarter after 4. And for some unknown reason, the rail service only had 1 car. And boy, they must have picked up all the people waiting for the game to get out because that thing was packed.
Oh, jeez.
For of all days to have 1 car, not a good look.
Not a smart.
Be happy it was 4:15, not 5:15.
Right, because then you wouldn't have been home till 8:00.
No, it was not that bad. The worst ever was the Cavaliers parade, the title parade. They did not know how to handle that from not having barricades on the sides of the street, so that people thought it was a dang block party, and they had to push the people away so the cars could get through. And the parade ran long. And then everybody was trying to get out, and they had the trains delayed for 5 hours to where they had to stop them and use regular buses. And you could tell the people who had ridden on the buses before and knew their way around the west side of Cleveland and who didn't. Because I'm like, okay, I knew where I was going. And then barely got to my car by like maybe 6:00 and in time to go play pinball. That was not one of my better nights playing pinball that night.
So you tell me that the NFL loses their original suit against Deshaun Watson. They appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Now the NFL has a choice. It can be someone Goodell picks, or it can be Roger Goodell himself to officiate this situation. Will the NFL lose a second time in a row?
I think the only thing lose meaning
what I'm saying is
like
is it going to stay 6
fine.
games? If you think it's going to stay 6 games and nothing else,
I you know what I think may happen. I think it may be 6 games and maybe anywhere between $100K and $500K fine.
All right.
I think they're going to fine them so then that money can go to charity.
See, now I personally think it's going to go to at least 12 games.
No, the most I think they'll go is like 8. Because the other thing is that he sat out the entire season before.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say like it's time served, but for God's sake.
See, the problem is he's still got 1 lawsuit sticking over his head right now.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't settled it. Yet.
Right.
And on top of that, he's still denying.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, the NFL wants him to go to treatment.
For what, sex addiction?
I think it's for it may be something like that, where it's some kind of situation where being aggressive to women or something like that. It's some type of situation. So this is what I think will happen. Minimum 12 games, I say happens. He could get another year. Would not surprise me at all. They actually wanted an open-end deal. They want it where he is suspended indefinitely still. Indefinite. And if they get that, all I can say is this. All that guaranteed money that he's getting right now, even if he does not play, the Cleveland Browns are going to regret that contract if he ends up getting this whole year off. They're going to regret that. They can't, Deshaun Watson at his best is better than all but who? I don't understand the question.
Like what quarterbacks at Deshaun Watson's best? Who is he still not better than?
Oh, a lot of guys in the league he's not better than. I think there's. Well, I don't think he's the top. He's not
regress towards the playoffs. Yes.
I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback if we're going that far. I mean, no. And he may not be a top 10 now because we got so many good guys. The kid and both guys in L.A. now playing well.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Denver's quarterback. And I see
Wilson,
yeah. And I see today they have a partial new owner, Lewis Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
F1 driver has taken part and got. Is Walton? Is he the one that owns Walmart? Oh, he owns the Broncos along with Lewis Hamilton now. So
remember, we came in and we were shocked at how much they sold for.
And then we found out who the hell bought them. I guess I forgot who bought them. Yeah, but who was that did own them?
Pat Bowlen.
Yeah, Bowlen. So he's out of the league now. Pat Bowlen is out of the league.
No, he's dead, I think.
Oh, did he pass away? Okay. All right.
He might have died.
That's a good way to go out of the league. And, well, maybe not a good way, but that's a way to go out of the league.
Yeah, 2019.
All right. Let's see. I would still rather have Tom Brady even right now at 45. I would. Mm-hmm. I would rather have the kid in Kansas City right now, Mahomes. You got Aaron Rodgers. You'd probably rather have him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not
sure Stafford.
I'm not sure Stafford either, or even the other kid either in LA.
Herbert,
yeah, they're both. Yeah, I heard about that deal with Live Golf. That's shit that's going to hit the fan very soon. PGA Tour is going to regret. They are going to have all the regrets in the world coming up soon. Josh Allen, I'll probably put Josh Allen up there too. Yeah. Josh Allen's really, really good. So there's some quarterbacks up there, but it's not that many right now. It really isn't. I think Deshaun Watson's I think Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan, they're pretty close to each other. That's who I would call Deshaun Watson, pretty much a Matt Ryan. Phil Mickelson among 11 golfers from Live to file a lawsuit versus a PGA Tour.
Rob, isn't the scream of Donald Trump and the USFL against the NFL?
Well, I'll tell you what's a little different right here. You got 3 golfers, Hudson Swafford, Taylor Gooch, and one other guy that have qualified for the playoffs. The playoffs start Thursday. They're looking for a stay. I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to go before a judge. And I don't know if they don't start this week. They start next week. The playoffs do. I think next week.
How long does the FedEx Cup go for?
It's 3 or 4 weeks. It's 3 weeks now. And next year, maybe 4 weeks. Next year, this is to show you how much the PGA has gotten chopped right at the knees by Live Golf. 125 golfers make it in points to the first round of the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, it's 70. Next year it's 70. They cut 45 golfers. So that all those guys are not going to make salary, not going to be able to, and you can't play if you're not in it. In the playoffs, you're not eligible to even play in those tournaments.
Are they making a difference for the cut line to go back to Q school to get your card?
Well, the Q school was reopened again. The Q school was shut down, for 3 years.
For COVID,
and now they've reopened the Q school. So
usually it was what top 125 on the money list was usually you were okay.
Yeah, and now it's still that this year, still top 25. I think next year's
125. I thought it was
125. Yeah, next year I think it's going to 100. I think it is, and that's going to cut down on the cards out there. Connecticut women's basketball star Paige Beckers tore ACL. Yep,
in a pickup game.
Yeah, so that's not going to fare well for UConn.
No. And the problem is she just had a recovery from another injury on the same knee.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so her prospects of even if she has a okay. I was sure I would definitely not be getting a medical red shirt, but
and that's the one place that may be the one school that we could actually compare apples to apples or apples to oranges. Connecticut's women probably does as good a draw as the Connecticut men do. They probably draw everywhere as well. These other schools, Penn State, Virginia, Alabama, Florida.
I'll give you one that could be both equal as well. That's not UConn.
Tennessee?
Nope. Well, okay. The two then.
University of Tennessee used to really draw well.
South Carolina.
Yeah, because they got Dawn Staley, don't they? Yeah.
He is a hell of a coach.
Yeah. If anything ever happened to the guy who does the voice of the Cookie Monster, I can sleep at night knowing we have Dikembe Mutombo as a backup. Henny Smith, that's
We've
funny.
already lost the original voice of Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch.
Cookie.
Yep.
Cookie.
Yeah.
I didn't watch them too much. I used to like to watch the Bugs Bunny cartoons once in a while.
Here's an interesting thing. So when Sesame Street started in 1969, Oscar the Grouch was not green. He was orange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that one.
Yeah. Little kind of stupid little tidbits of stuff I've heard throughout the years.
Anybody, Tony Romo as a Cookie Monster, yeah, that would work. Yeah, I think they've got.
You know who Tony Romo would be? Guy Smiley, the game show host. Or is that Joe Buck?
Yeah, it might be Joe Buck even. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Yeah, I like your little guy that was a robot, the Martian, Marvin the Martian.
Okay.
I will disintegrate you.
Yeah.
I am going to blow up the earth.
If you're a Looney Tunes guy, that was definitely your dude.
Delays.
Sadly, I was a little.
I am very upset.
Yeah, I was not too much. Either that or was not allowed. I was a Gumby kid.
Oh, really? Yeah. I've played it. I think on the channel before. Marvin Martian's talking to Bugs Bunny. He's like, I am gonna blow up the earth.
Okay, then why didn't Wile E. Coyote just hire Marvin the Martian to do his dirty work?
Yeah, because he got, how many times did he get flattened like a what do you call it?
Oh, with the anvil?
Well, yeah, but when he got up, he walked and started moving up down like what do you call it? One of the things you could play.
Accordion, yeah.
Yeah, the accordion. He was like a damn accordion by the time it was over with, and he was chasing a bird that didn't have no meat on him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, chase an ostrich, asshole. The road runner ain't the one you want. Ed Orgeron or Helium is Marvin the Martian. Ed Orgeron's a scary dude. Can you imagine Ed Orgeron during sex?
Sounds like Donkey Kong having sex.
Faster.
Actually, I'd rather not imagine that Orgeron having sex.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Also, I don't care what Urban Meyer does behind closed doors. Just make sure nobody has a camera.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't do it, a three-way with Ed Orgeron and his wife. Yeah. So wrong. So wrong. That's a newest Chinese player that we're going to pick up. The Red Sox are going to pick up So Wong. Hello, and So Wong.
Well, yeah, trust me. Now that the teams pretty much have translators for everybody.
Yeah, they don't care now. They're going after anybody and everybody. Yep.
Well, the thing is that they want them to speak their own language, so they don't try to sit there and fumble and
or they don't have to bring four other guys to the mound with them when they have to talk to them and shit like that. Where do you think Garoppolo gets traded to? Everything points to Seattle. Seattle has nothing right now, and I'm not sure they're going to get anything.
No.
They got a dumbass. They got a dumbass coach.
The less that Seattle has to pay.
They got a dumbass head coach, and yeah, why not? Why not Garoppolo to Seattle? I don't know where else. If what's his name? Yeah, that's cool. If my man in Cleveland ends up getting 12 games, at this point, who is the Seattle quarterback? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. But he could definitely go to the Browns. Think about that. It could be Jacoby Brissett, I guess, right? But I don't think Cleveland's ready for that. I think Cleveland wants to at least try.
I think the Browns did sign another, like, the same Rosen.
It is Drew Lock. Drew Lock is with Rosen.
Hold on.
He may be with Cleveland now. Yeah, he may be. He was a kid that was down there with the Cardinals at one time.
Might be. Let's see what their.
So yeah, Drew Lock got traded in that Broncos deal. That's right.
Yeah, Josh Rosen got picked up by the Browns.
Who?
Rosen.
Yeah, Josh Rosen.
Yeah, so it's him, Brissett, Dobbs, and Watson fighting for 3 spots.
Yeah. You got to like Brissett to make a team anyway. Brissett has carried teams before.
Didn't exactly carry the Colts the last time, or the Patriots.
Yeah. But he has played okay at times.
Yeah.
Rosen, they dropped him like a hot knife and just hoped he wasn't going to hit the butter, in Arizona. I mean, that's just the way it was. They got rid of his ass. He didn't play well either. He really played bad.
Right.
I don't know who Seahawks may depend on Drew Lock and then maybe the Lions would get Garoppolo.
No, well, the Lions still have the
they
Jared
still
Goff
have
experiment.
They still have Jared Goff for 2 more years, but I don't know. How about the Bears? The Bears have an
unproven. Stick with Fields.
They have an unproven Fields, and that's the thing. And
who else behind Fields with a Swiss cheese offensive line?
Is Tomlin safe in Pittsburgh? I hope so. He is a good coach, and that franchise doesn't fire coaches. I think
don't.
So.
But
I don't think
a contract for.
And I don't think he's going to be there much longer.
No.
If he's there past next year, surprise me. I really thought he was going to walk this year when Big Ben walked, and I thought they was going to bring in a new coach then. I guess he's going to try to see this new kid off. I think he'll start Kenny Pickett. I think he'll start week 1. I really do.
If you're the Steelers, do you have anything to lose?
Not really. But I tell you what.
Even if he's not, I say if he's within 10% as good as Mitch Trubisky is, then you start him week 1 and let him go through the growing pains.
I agree. And I'll tell you, from all indications, I'm hearing Willis is going to start in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's the end of the Tannehill experiment.
It'll be. And Tannehill, Tannehill couldn't carry that team when they didn't have the kid running back for
the other problem is that Derrick Henry turned into, like, Barry Sanders would either have the greatest playoff games or the worst playoff games.
Yeah.
And they dared Tannehill to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And when he did, it got intercepted.
Yep. Yep. You're right. When does Desmond Ridder start for the Falcons? Well, the Falcons right now, they don't. Who do they have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I could not name one of their skill position players. Oh, except for Pitts. Pitts, the tight end.
Yeah.
Not the only one
and that's a damn shame they picked him up and then unload everything else. That's a damn shame, especially on the offensive side. But they've got to reload. They've got to get themselves – and I'm not sure Ridder is their long-term solution. I don't think so. We'll see. But the thing is, nowadays you got to take your chances. You got to go free agency, get your offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, running backs,
anybody
and receivers.
In the skill position that scares me in the least bit.
No. That's a team that could go 2-15 this year or 1-16. It really could.
Yeah, maybe
they play Tampa twice. They play New Orleans twice.
Yeah.
Well,
before week 1, we should maybe pull up the Vegas odds for win totals, and maybe play along with when we guess for each team the spread and the over under. Do an over under for the win totals.
They got Marcus Mariota. Mariota's traveled. He's traveled the world.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the guy who was before him at Oregon is still making a living up in Canada.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Masoli.
Marcus Mariota may start some games, but I'll guarantee you he doesn't start 17 of them. There's no way.
I don't.
They'll probably go through 3 or 4 quarterbacks this year, and that's the bad thing about being Desmond Ridder.
You don't have a solid veteran presence to teach you.
You don't have that. You don't have the time to sit on the bench, and then on top of that, you don't have a great offensive line to protect you from these beasts in Tampa and New Orleans. And they're 2 excellent defenses. And they don't play no shit. When they come after you, they mean to hit.
What we got going on in the chat room here?
Keith says that Tampa Bay easily has the best quarterback situation in the NFC.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Right.
Tampa right now, if I were betting, I will say Tampa goes at least 5-1 in the South, and I won't be surprised if it goes 6-0.
I wouldn't doubt if they're in the minus, even if it's a minus 1,000, if not more,
to win that division.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's you're a sucker to
And-
bet on that now.
And you're right. Carolina be probably plus 50,000 right now.
Yeah,
to win the division.
Yeah,
Yeah, plus 50,000. Yeah, they're not. Carolina's going to finish third in that division, and they don't have a hell of a lot. They don't have a lot. They really don't.
Well, the only saving grace would be is if they get Christian McCaffrey for 17 games.
And
Which
when's
could
the
push
last
them to like a 7-10 record, maybe.
And when's the last time they had him for a full season? It's been 3 years.
Maybe his rookie year or second year.
3 or 4 years since they have. A lot of people need to cool it with the whole USC is going to be superstars this year in football. They're going to be overrated like usual. Well, USC, look at their first 5 games. Look at their first 5 games this year. They're going to be put to the test right off the bat.
Yeah.
They're going to be put to the test.
By the way, we are less than 1 month away from college football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are.
Well, the problem is you have the preliminary week, as I'll call it.
Yeah.
Where I don't think you have any top 10 matchups or like any of the top 10 playing.
In week 1, there's some good ones.
Oh, well, no, that's the second part of week 1.
Oh, we got West Virginia Pitt. That's
to see who is the heir apparent to Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, and then
hold on. So let's see the. I'll even take off for not top 25.
Is it Ohio State Notre Dame week 1?
Well,
yeah,
okay. So,
Ohio State. It's a good game.
No, I'm talking about that's September 3rd. There are games that are August 27th.
Okay.
That's the only top 25 team playing that weekend is Utah State.
Oh, they start with Utah State plays Alabama early too this year.
They could. Let's see their schedule real quick.
Yeah, Utah State plays Alabama early this year.
Yeah, they play them week 2. Them week 2.
I think they going down to Bryant Denny Stadium.
They're going to Bryant Denny, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Who's more likely to lose a game before the SEC championship in football, Alabama or Georgia? It's too early right now to tell you that because I'll tell you what, we're going to have to see what kind of quarterback play we get. You got to like with Bryce Young. He's with Atlanta, right? I mean, with Alabama, Bryce Young.
Let me see their.
I guess he's still a quarterback. If he can come out and play like gangbusters, they have a chance. They really do.
Right.
I'm not sure that's the 2 teams I would pick for the end this year. There's another team kind of squeaking in this year. We got to see how their defense plays, but there's another team right now.
Bryce Young is still on the team, yes.
Yeah. There's another team in the SEC East that's going to cause some waves. We'll see how they play week 1. They play in Florida week 1. That's Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Kentucky. Look at Kentucky's quarterback. They're saying if he leaves next year, he's a top 5 pick already. They're already saying that. Saying he's going to be the first quarterback to go. Kentucky's quarterback. So,
okay.
We'll see.
Like I said, the August 27th weekend is essentially your warm up for, and then you'll get some games on the 1st. Like essentially you're playing from September 1st, and that's extended Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Like you'll get your Penn State Purdue as your Big Ten opener. That was Ohio State's Minnesota last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and Michigan in the first 4 weeks, I don't think they're going to get tested too hard. So we're going to see how good they are.
Arkansas has played Cincinnati.
Week 2. So. Week 1 or week 2? Week 1.
Well, technically week 2, I guess you could say.
Right.
I mean,
there's some good games. Texas,
Michigan.
Texas A&M Miami plays week 3 or week 4. Alabama Texas is going to play week 3, I think, 2 or 3. So,
yeah,
and I think they're going to Texas. Now, I will give all the credit in the world to these teams for going to their campus and playing. I hate these damn neutral site games in week 4. What the hell's up with that? Go right to Austin, Texas. Drive your damn bus right up to the front door and say, we're going to kick your ass. We're going to leave, and we're not even taking names. We're going to kick your ass, and we're going to leave town, and we're going to eat a Whataburger on the way out of here. And you're paying for it, damn it. You're paying for it. Damn right. That's what you do. That's what you do. You get a team with an attitude like, guess what? We're not doing this nice neutral game shit. We're not going to play in Atlanta and be
okay. So the last time Ohio, besides playing TCU at Jerry World,
yeah.
I mean, they tried to do a home and home against Toledo, but the Toledo home game was at the Brown Stadium. That's my infamous story. If anybody here hasn't heard, when this was in 2009, I was on my way home from the Bahamas, and Chris Carter was on my flight from Fort Lauderdale to Cleveland, wearing his glasses, like dark. Oh, that if I could just imagine his eyes were looking. It's like, please, nobody talk to me. Please, talk to me. I was like, I'd be like, I punched his body, whispered to him out in the open, said, by the way, there's that guy. Please do not go up and talk to him. And with a little bit, like hour after the plane took off, by the way, if you follow football, he is sitting in first class.
Oh, they mentioned it to you?
Oh, no. I saw him. And even with his shades on, I knew it was him. Yeah. Plus, he was wearing an Ohio State polo shirt.
How about this one, Keith? It's a good question. How many Coach of the Year votes will Ron Rivera, Pete Carroll, and Mike McCarthy get? Mike McCarthy could get some votes.
McCarthy could get some votes, yeah.
I'll say 4 between the 3 of them. Carroll 0, Rivera 0. I think
Rivera could get a couple if they. Well, the problem is they're gonna be biting each other if. I think
Rivera ends up he gets his walking papers this year.
Well,
that's
McCarthy
what I think.
Could get him too.
Huh?
McCarthy could get him too.
Carroll too.
Yeah.
Carroll should have got it after the Super Bowl. You people that have heard me, if you live in the state of Washington, you agree with me. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, that pass at the 1-yard line should have got him fired. That was enough to get him fired right there. You have to have some kind of say as to what your offense calls the last 2 minutes of a game, and it was nuts. I love going back watching that. Going to see old Richard Sherman's face. He is crying. I mean, Lord.
Well, then Tom Brady jumping around like a 5-year-old, like.
Oh yeah. And then he had to do 2 quarterback sneaks in order to get it out of the end zone. Yeah.
Well, then that's a little different than trying to throw Hail Marys at the end of the Super Bowl that they were in the perfect season.
Yeah. You're right.
So trust me, well, he's been on both ends of it. So
He has indeed. Thought maybe we get a few more people in here, but I tell you what, we will be here over the next few days. I want to see the rest of the next couple weeks how these trades unfold. Will Joey Gallo learn how to hit? Will he actually be a hitter now? I really was surprised he went to L.A. I mean, you want to get out of the bright lights in the big city of New York? Let's put him in the bright lights and big city of L.A. That's not a hell of a lot of help. He was on a winning team.
Yeah.
He had no pressure on him at all except for the press. And he's still going to have a press on his ass in
And
LA.
did you see the interview that he did where he said he was afraid to show his face in Manhattan? He barely left his apartment. He said he never left his apartment because he was afraid to show his face because he thought he'd get heckled and booed.
Yeah, and that'll be different. That'll be different in LA for a while. But how soon is it if he goes out there and bats 170 and gets 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in his first 20 games? Personally, I think he's going to be a spot hitter. I think he's going to be a bench player.
Yeah,
but he, as much as he's getting paid,
The problem is that Joey Gallo makes Rob Deere look like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right. Rob Deere actually hit the ball once in a while. He actually made contact to the damn thing once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that Madison Bumgarner in his good years had a better slugging percentage than Joey Gallo does right now.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, so I'm
almost time for the wife to get home. She's at the bingo tonight. I decided not to attend that tonight, and I had a little bit of hamburger helper tonight. I need to get back on the diet, but I said to hell with
red meat. How I miss ye.
After the first week and I gained 2 pounds, I said, screw it. I just got pissed and I was like, okay, enough of this bullshit.
I'll know how much weight I've lost when I go to the doctor tomorrow, then go to the heart doctor. So probably just they set it all up for me. I'm probably saying.
Are you walking some more too than you've been?
No, not as much, not more than I usually do. But,
okay.
But no fast food, no red meat, no chips, no
bread.
Well, I can have wheat bread. Okay. Anything that's not white bread, I can have.
Right.
Brown rice.
Not a rice person.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, is I'm probably gonna ask them is like, hey, can you hook me up with a dietitian? Because this whole vegetarian thing, yeah. I mean, can I have pork chop? Maybe.
Right.
Or is it possible for me to even have a little bit even? And they love
for you to have fish, but it's got to be broiled. And I like your fried fish. Everybody likes fried. Everybody likes.
I mean, I had salmon. That's fine. Like fish, fish and turkey, poultry, is essentially fine. Yeah. So and then hold on, let's see if I can get this on camera.
I thought you was drinking. I thought it was Jack Daniels at first. I was like, what the hell? My man's drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Can't have liquor because it's too much sugar.
Beer?
I can have, my tolerance, since I've been on this medication, way down. Yeah. I had one of those, aluminum Bud Light cans yesterday at TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're feeling good after one.
Well, yeah, because the most that, let's just say this, my doc would say, Tim, I can't tell you not to drink, but with the medication you're on,
you shouldn't.
Right, but I could probably get away. My goal is no more than 2, if I drink.
I got you.
I got you.
We're going to get back into the process of playing week 4 here in the next couple of days on Fast Drive Football. I still got to get my finals for my bowling in. I did not do that. We were going over the weekend. We'll see who can win the bowling tournaments, and then after that, I really don't know where I'm going to go then. But I still got a lot of football left to go, so I got over half a season of that to do because it's 8. I'm playing 8 weeks of that.
Okay.
I'd like to be done with it before college football starts, because when college football starts, I really want to watch a lot of that. And I'm watching baseball now. I'm still watching baseball. I'm going to try to catch the Padres tonight. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I got the Giants and Dodgers on MLB Network. They just did the pregame thing for Vin Scully.
Yeah, Vin Scully passed away today. Bill Russell passed away a couple days ago.
Yep.
So
it's trust me, it's gonna start coming. You have to figure these guys that we play, you know, these Stratomatic games for like 1971. You figure that's 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So
They're up in their 80s and 90s now.
70s and 80s and 90s now. So
yeah, they are.
Anyway,
You are correct. So we will definitely be back on here in the next couple of days. I don't know exactly my schedule as of yet. Key says he's out. I'm out. And for Tim, my name's Rob. I want to wish you all a great night. God bless. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. And also a thumbs up, I guess, is the like button.
yes.
But you can also subscribe, too. You can do that. And if you do, come back in here the next time we're here.
And hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when Rob goes live.
You will. You will get the bell. I ring it myself, folks. Ding. That's me. I just set off 58,000 bells right there. None of them were at your house, but if you would have been notified, you would have heard it. Have a good night, folks. Right. Bye.